Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Tech Friday. We're here with the Tech Divas, and we are talking tech in plain English. So sit back, relax, get comfortable, and don't be scared. Everything we talk about, you'll be able to do, and you'll be able to understand. I'm joined today by my co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, who's teching us all over the internet. We want to say hi to everybody on YouTube, Facebook, and other places where we appear in our podcasts. So, guys, we just want to inform you what's going on today, and we're going to start with turning off our phone so it doesn't disturb us in the middle of broadcast, silencing our iPad. I'm sorry about that. And we're going to start off with Today in Tech. I'm Terralina from California Cover-Ups, and welcome to Biz Chicks TV. Hi, Fran. What's up with Today in Tech history?
I wanted to let you know that we are doing this experiment to make our audio better, and the headphones do work. I was just listening to it over on the YouTube channel, so it does work, and it will give me less work to do when we get ready to put it out to the podcast. So thank you, and I will now have our guests make sure that they use headphones of some sort so that the audio comes in clearly. So today, this week in tech history, back at the ranch, as we like to say, AOL buys Netscape. November 24th, 1998, AOL announces it will buy Netscape Communications in a stock-for-stock deal worth approximately $4.2 billion. At the time, it was considered a move by AOL and Netscape to merge forces to better compete with Microsoft in the browser and internet provider markets. However, Microsoft's dominance in the personal computer market could not be stopped, and the Netscape browser lost almost all market share to Internet Explorer in 2003.
I remember that. I remember that.
I do too.
Netscape thing.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be a really good browser. In 2003, Microsoft settled a monopoly lawsuit with AOL, then merged with Time Warner for $750 million over the loss of value of Netscape. AOL itself, once a dominant internet service provider, slowly lost their subscriber base with the evolution of broadband and internet in the 2000s, and operates primarily as a media conglomerate, although their dial-up service still subscribes approximately 2 million users as of 2013.
Oh, okay.
That's 5 years ago.
Yeah. But I can remember I had a friend of the family, and they were still on Prodigy in around 2014, and I'm like, what is Prodigy?
That used to be Earthlink, Prodigy, all of those older, they are not mainstream anymore.
And then once in a while I come across someone who still has AOL, and I'm like, oh, okay. I do
too. And they've merged with somebody. I have to go back and revisit that. Okay, November 25th, 2002, digital media software company Roxio purchases the assets of the former Napster, including name, logo, domain name, technology portfolio, and other intellectual property. Napster was the peer-to-peer file sharing service that changed the music industry forever, facilitating the easy sharing of music, much to the chagrin of the established music industry.
They disrupted some stuff.
Yes, they did. They came in and the kids went wild.
And everybody was so angry because they found a way to make it happen, and they started lawsuits, everything. Remember that?
They even sued a girl that was 11 years old.
Some kind of crazy stuff.
And this is the RIAA sued Napster, causing a judgment against the file sharing service, requiring them to monitor its network for copyright infringing material and restrict access when made aware of such incidents. Napster could not comply with this court order and shut down its service before declaring bankruptcy in 2002. But it did upset the apple cart and made people start doing things differently. Mm-hmm. So in your industry, what could be a potential thing that's going to tip over your apple cart?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And you need to be aware of that. Everything doesn't stay forever. Change happens, people. Change still happens. Hey, Tim. Tim Gillette, our friend from Texas. If you want to buy some Texas air, you need to reach out to Tim Gillette.
I love it. Hey, Tim, what's happening?
So then, let's see what else is going on. Roxio was the first company to attempt to use the Napster brand for music services, renaming it Press Play as Napster 2.0 in September of 2008. Best Buy purchased the Napster service for $121 million before merging it with the Rhapsody service in 2011. Have you heard of? I haven't seen Rhapsody in a while. I haven't, and that was 2011, which was 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. But whenever you think music, you don't think of Rhapsody. You think of Spotify, Apple Music. Okay, and Spotify and Apple. I don't know if
that's
any
what
other
comes to my mind.
Or Google Music, but
okay, I don't use it, but okay.
Yeah. Okay, so November 26, 1976, Bill Gates and Paul Allen registered the trade name Microsoft with the Office of the Secretary of State of New Mexico. Previously, Gates and Allen had been working under an informal partnership known as Micro-Soft, a combination of microcomputer and software. The partnership continued for several more years until Microsoft incorporated in July of 1981, just prior to the introduction of the IBM PC. November 26, 1996, the United States patent number 5,579,430 is granted to Fraunhofer Institute in Germany for a digital encoding process. The technology used in MPEG, like MEPG, audio layer 3, more commonly known as MP3. MP3 technology paved the way for the digital music industry by creating a high-quality format that was compressible so that many songs could fit on the relatively small data storage devices of the time. Fraunhofer had started work on compressing music as far back as 1977, began work on what would become MP3 in 1987, and was awarded a patent in Germany in 1989. So,
is that the Walkman? Are we going to?
No, that's just MP3. MP3 is
it's
like
a download.
MP3 is the technology used to create. When you have a digital file on your computer and you want
compressed file.
It's a compressed file, and you can do that. Hey, Christy. So what I'm seeing here is he didn't quit. He started compressing stuff in 1977, 1987. Mm-hmm. They began work on MP3, and then he got a patent in 1989. It was 12 years. And now we all use MP3 for everything. So do you quit when you get started? I don't feel like doing this anymore. Mm-hmm. You can't quit. You have to keep going. You can't just okay, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. It's too much work. Mm-hmm. But the work is necessary. He changed an industry with the MP3, because now with MP3, it's almost like a PDF. You can send PDFs is a portable document file that allows you to send documents everywhere.
From one device to another.
From one person to the another without it getting all squirrely. Before, you would do a Word document and you tried to send it to somebody as a Word document and it got all scrambled and the formatting was off because it wasn't
standardized.
It wasn't locked in, so to speak. With a PDF, it locks in however you do it. It locks it in place. You send the file to somebody else and they get it the way you intended it to look when you sent it.
Oh, voila.
November 27th, 1995, nearly 6 months to the day after Bill Gates sent his Internet tidal wave memo recognizing the importance of the Internet, and only 3 months after releasing version 1.0, Microsoft releases Internet Explorer 2.0 for Windows 95, and Windows NT 3.5 Internet 2.0 was still based on licensed code from Spyglass Mosaic. Wow. But was the first Internet Explorer version to support now common features such as SSL, which is secure socket layers. And TJ can talk to us about that because it's a very necessary thing for your website.
Yep, it is. Very necessary.
Correct. JavaScript and cookies. It was also the first version to allow the importing of bookmarks from Netscape Navigator, which at the time had a virtual monopoly on the web browser market. Oh, not anymore. Okay. This was the first inkling of the browser war that was soon to erupt over the next few years.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Christy said patience is necessary when one is getting into the zone of unfamiliarity.
Okay, November 28, 1948. Mm-hmm. Just in time for the Christmas shopping season, 57 units of the first commercial instant camera, the Polaroid land camera, Model 95, go on sale at the Jordan Marsh department store in Boston, producing sepia-tone photographs in about 1 minute. The Model 95 became a hit almost as quickly. Polaroid believed that 57 units would be enough to last through Christmas. Really? All 57 units?
How many?
57.
57?
Yeah, all 57 units and all the film available was sold the first day. It was simple to use, portable, and the instant gratification that came from the self-developing film made the camera very popular. The name Land came from the camera's inventor, Edwin H. Land, who was also the company's founder. Nearly 1 million models 95s were produced, setting the stage for Polaroid's flagship product line, making the company's name synonymous with instant film and the cameras that used them. True black and white instant film was released in 1950, but Polaroid didn't create color film until 1963. Polaroid produced their instant cameras until about 2008. And you can still get something in, I think Fuji is doing a version of the Polaroid, and they're calling it for Christmas. So let me see if I can show this to you. See that?
You're going to have to tilt it just a little bit.
Okay, so I have to talk while I'm talking too. So this is the Polaroid, the little box-looking camera, the one that sticks out with, anyway.
We had one. I know exactly what it looks like.
Me too.
And then the picture came out the front, and then you had to fan it. Do you remember that, Terry?
Mm-hmm.
It had to dry.
And that was back in 1948. Wow, yeah, and I'm like...
I don't think I remember that one.
Yeah, I remember that.
That particular one, but the point I'm trying to make is that they did it back in 1948. Where are they now? Did they not keep up with the trends?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Atari introduces Pong. I remember that game.
Yep.
November 29th, 1972, Atari introduces their first product, Pong, which would become the world's first commercially successful video game. The popularity of Pong sparked the beginning of the video game industry, with Atari being the leader in both arcade and home video gaming industries through the early 1980s. IBM 7090 was delivered. November 30th, 1959, IBM delivers the first two IBM 7090 mainframe computers, one of the first commercially produced fully transistorized computers. The 7090 and the later 7094 were notable for being used by NASA to control the Mercury and Gemini space flights, along with many other significant scientific and government applications in the 1960s. Some 7090s were even used through the 1970s into the 1980s. And these computers took up an entire room. If anybody remembers the movie Hidden Figures, where she had to go in and she was doing the
punch cards.
The punch cards. Well, that computer was an upgrade from these. So this was back in 1959. Computers were
and I can remember actually playing with punch cards when they transitioned. They threw out a bunch of them, and for some reason they made their way to my house, and, and we used to play around with them because they were cardboard and
cards with little
kids,
holes in them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting. So our final story: Barnes & Noble releases Nook. November 30th, 2009, book retailer Barnes & Noble releases their first Nook e-reader to compete with the highly successful Amazon Kindle, released 2 years earlier. So I don't know how that's going in sales. But
I have no idea.
I don't either. And okay, for me, if I'm going to get a reader, I'm getting a whole pad or a whole tablet that does more than just read.
Yeah, so I can at least surf the net or something.
Well, I mean, because why would you get one tablet to read and then you go put it down to pick up another tablet so that you can surf the internet? I guess
the same reason people buy paperback books. They just like having different stuff on, or different.
But it's still
methods.
Digital. That would work if it wasn't digital, but I just can't see having to pick up this and then pick up the other one to read the book. Put it all in one. Okay. Anywho, that is your week in tech history. So
I have one article I want to share, and then I have a question for Terry because something new came out on Instagram, and I know she keeps up with that, and I couldn't figure it out. So I just wanted to say that in retail, they now are pushing readable wear in terms of watches for their clerks and cashiers, so that in the dressing room area, if someone says, do you have this in red, they can now check the inventory on the watch and to see if they have it in their color, their size, or whatever, or something similar. So they're using wearables so that they can better help their customers during this fashion season. So I wanted to get that out. But now my question is this, Terry. What is this close friends thing going on Instagram? I was trying to figure it out on my phone, on the app.
It's not out yet.
Is that why? I'm like, and it's telling me instructions on how to do it. I'm like, I don't see that on my phone.
You have to look for your story from Instagram. When they announce new things and it's available to you, they will put it in the stories.
Okay.
Instagram.
Okay, because I was like, okay, I got this notification that they got this new thing going on, and I'm like, how do I?
No, it's not available. It's available, but it's not for everybody yet.
Okay,
and that's just like the putting tags on your clothing, your shop. is not it's not out to everybody just yet. It's still in process. Okay. But some people, like on one of my accounts, I see the shop. It says business. You go into your settings and then business, and then there's the thing, and it says connect your store, and you can put tabs on there. But it's the real estate account, so that's not helping me.
Okay.
I'm like, because I'm not gonna have things in the real estate account to buy. But I was trying to see if it was over on one of my other accounts. Not yet.
Wow.
Wow. And so it's, it's with any upgrade to any of the apps. When things happen in Facebook, they don't do everybody at once. So Instagram is not going to give it to everybody at once.
Nope.
So they have to wait, and then when you have it, it'll be in the stories. They'll announce it. It'll be in the Instagram stories. But it looks like a cool feature from what I was reading. And let me bring up. I had the story up. Oh, here it is. So they're saying what you do is you open up the stories camera, take a photo, a video. After you finish the video, you'll notice a green circle with a white star on it. Tap it and you'll be brought to the close friends list where you add people to your inner circle. And then Instagram will also suggest friends to you based on the people you interact with most, or you use the search box. But Instagram will try to suggest things to you, because I notice if I direct message a lot of people, whenever I go to share anything, those people are always at the top of my list, because Instagram goes, well, you interact with them the most, so they're at the top of the list.
And all of these things, we're going to remind everybody, all of these things don't happen if you don't update your app.
Yes. And so I thought that one might have been the problem, but
well, you have to update, and you should have the automatic updates on, and if not, you just go, every day I check mine. I just go and check it. But once you do that, then I'm trying to see if I can get my iPad to show you what it looks like. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be in the list. It says close friends list.
Keep talking.
That's where it's going to be. I forgot. So it's going to be under the list. How do you get to this menu? I think at the top right in Instagram. I forgot. But this is that drop down menu hamburger list, and it'll be there to say close friends list, and that's where you make your list of people you want to share. So really, it's like a private group that you send stories to. That doesn't go to everybody.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting from it.
And
that it doesn't go.
It's kind of like what we do on groups, or it's technically groups.
Right. It is groups. It is groups for stories.
Francine.
It's a small group of people that you're going to talk to and send certain things to, even though other people might be following you or...
Right. So it's going to be private. And if you use Snapchat, it's kind of, and you see Instagram they've always taken things from Snapchat. So this is one of the things that makes Snapchat great, was that you could send stories to a group of your close friends. Like, it didn't go to everyone. It didn't go to everyone. You can make a group, and then the stories goes to that group.
Exactly.
Special group of people. So now, how would you using this for business? I would say if you had a special group of people that they paid a special fee or something above whatever you're selling or doing, and they have access to you through that, or if you want to share information with that would be a good use of it. So think VIP, specialty, no one else gets this but you group, and that's how you can use that.
And see, I can see myself doing special reveals for California cover-ups when I have something, a new product, so they can get the preview before I even put it on the show. So if they want to, buy it ahead of time, they would have the first dibs on it.
Right.
Type of thing.
Set up something special. So think special VIP bottle service, however you want to call it. Just whatever terms you think of. This is a creme de la creme group. Then they paid for access to you, and you use this to give them exclusives.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
so you don't have to pay to
join
these groups, do you? You can just form your groups, correct?
You can do groups on Instagram. I'm just saying that this is a different thing in stories. This is stories, not groups. Mm-hmm. This is stories. So there's groups on Instagram, and this is stories. When you do a story right now, it goes to everybody. There's no exclusivity. Now they're saying here's a group that you could use for exclusive things in stories.
Mm. Okay.
But it's not out yet.
All right, so now I don't feel crazy because I was just like, okay, I have to ask Terry because I'm like, it wasn't happening and I couldn't figure out why. Okay.
No, it's not. It's not out to everybody.
Yeah, because they were actually giving instructions. They said, so how to do this? And I'm like, okay.
They're going to give out instructions, but it's, they can't roll out the update to everybody at once. There's millions of people. Well, actually, in the Instagram case, it's 1 billion people.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So they can't do that.
They don't want to crash the system.
Can't do that. You cannot update everybody at once.
So here's something that I would like to recommend, and TJ, let me know if I'm on point with this. When you are sending something, an announcement or something, and you're doing it through Messenger on using the Messenger app to reach your people, please do not put that in a group text. Please send it to them individually, or else you get that little
train. You get the what they call it?
The thing
thread.
Where people are not that the people are like getting out of the message.
Leaving the group. Yeah, they leave the group.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen. So I would say that you do it individually. Talk to them each as a person. Give them a special invite each, not a group invite.
Right.
Because I was like, okay, please stop sending, because anyway.
No, I'm glad you brought that up because that's a good thing to talk about, where we have these messaging apps and we're talking about Instagram and the close friends. So with this Instagram close friends, of course, like I said, I envision it as exclusivity, a group that they ask to be included, not that you say, okay, well, you're in the special group. No, they have to opt in.
Right.
And I would suggest business-wise that it's something that you're giving that's exclusive to them, and it's going to be monetized. So that's the way to use this. Think of this as, okay, they're opting in. Now, and the fact that what Fran just said about Messenger, you're opting people in when they didn't ask to be opt-in. They didn't ask to be a part of whatever you're doing. So that's why you see people, when you do a mass, it's like a mass email. It's the same thing. It's just now it's on Messenger. You see people dropping out because they don't want to be involved in that. So that's your key to look. When you're doing things like that, invite-wise, be very selective. And you may not know 100% if they want to be in the group, but have an idea that, okay, I think this person engaged with me on this before. They might be interested. And word the message in that way. Like, feel free to leave. I'm sending this out to people that I think would be interested in this. If this message is not for you, please feel free to leave the group. Something like that.
Yes, and just don't assume that they want to be all up in your party.
Right, don't assume it.
Yeah, I agree, because I have to do, even with my email, I'm looking and I'm thinking, okay, I need to pare this down again. I'm going to take some time, go into my email and get off lists that I really don't want to have to scroll through. You understand what I mean? Like TJ
Subscribe
said,
to some stuff.
unsubscribe. But either if I'm going to subscribe, you know how when people want you to sign up for something, I have an email that I use for that, and it's not on my computer where I can see it. I don't want to be bombarded by an unnecessary mail that's taking away my time to even scroll through 12,000 emails or whatever. And I'm like, okay. And they keep coming every day. Like there are some people.
They do. They are relentless.
I was like, okay. And you don't want to be that company. The people that have signed on to you, give them something maybe once a week. Or when you have something important to say, don't just bombard people just because you have email. Okay, I'm going to send an email every day. Well,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Just because you have the tool, that doesn't mean you have to use it every... Think about the usage of it. This is a special tool. I might want to use it in special cases, because if you overuse it for ordinary things, the people that you want to connect with and pay attention to it, they're not going to, because they got annoyed from you just using it. Oh, I'm just going to send stuff out just because. No, have a purpose. Have a specific message and have a purpose. And say, this tool, Messenger, is a special tool, and I'm going to only use it to directly engage with those people that I think, based on previous experience, they might want to be interested in what I have to say. They might be interested in what I have to say.
And that may not be something to sell.
Mm-hmm. Not talking about selling and, this. No.
Please bring value. Use the messenger for value.
Yes.
Not just
it's a special tool, just like this new Instagram close friends list. Please use it responsibly.
Oh, I like that. Please use responsibly. You're not drinking, but please use that.
Social media responsibly.
Yes, Terry, that might be a good... TJ, I mean, that is a good article.
Please use responsibly. I like that.
Yeah.
I know.
Because I'm like, woo, don't be that person, that guy or company.
Don't be that person. You know who that person is. Don't
be careful not to become the things you hate.
Truly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what else we got going on in tech history? Because I mean, not tech history, but there are some stuff happening with Christmas, and people got tech toys out. Did anybody see the commercial with from Windows Xbox, I believe it is, and the young guy is
with the special controller?
Yes,
he's disabled.
Yes, and he had a special
controller. And I saw that. It was cute.
It was, and everybody was like, "Hey, he's coming! Hey, he's almost there!" Or something. Apparently, he was about to win the game, and all of his friends they all ran over to his house. I don't know how Mom felt about all that, but they all ran over to his house, and he was on a special device that allowed him to play the game with his friends. It was cool. I really liked that commercial.
Yeah, I liked it. It was cute. It was really cute.
Yep, and now Yahoo is in trouble about something. There was some kind of ad that they put out.
Oh, yeah?
It was questionable, and it was on Twitter yesterday. So apparently it was something to do with seeing things from both sides was the gist of it. But what they used was the wall.
Uh-huh.
It was weird.
Whoa.
It was.
Got it.
You found it?
No. I'm just thinking the wall, because based on the political stuff that's going on.
Exactly.
Wall.
So I would tell you, go to Twitter and, put Yahoo, the wall, or whatever in there and see what comes up. I was like, really? And it was in the same line of the Pepsi commercial last.
Oh, with one of the Kardashian girls.
Yes, because it wasn't. It apparently the way they put it together, it was like maybe somebody should have looked at that before you put that out.
Yeah, somebody should have looked at that. Let me go to Twitter now and see.
And this was, and I was looking at it yesterday. I was like, okay, and it's not so much the political thing, even though for them it is. but it was the fact that please have somebody look at your stuff before you send it out.
Somebody more than your immediate circle.
Right. Please
because
run that by somebody.
It's got some good think going on.
This is a good example of they probably have in-house advertising trying to save money, but this is why you pay for a reputable advertising agency, because they do the background work. There's another word I want to use, but they do the background, the leg work of looking at and because when I worked for the advertising agency, we had a whole department that was their job, to do research on a subject. We're thinking about doing a commercial about this topic. Well, they would go to the research department, and they had all the people that were research librarians and knew how to look stuff up on all the databases and find the information and put a report together saying, okay, if you're going to do an ad about this topic, then this is what you need to know, like the newest information, like the things that you would need to know. So if you're doing advertising in house, the advertising team that you got, they're sitting around a table going, yeah, let's make an ad about X, Y, Z. Yeah, that sounds good. Go ahead and make it, instead of doing the background work.
Yep, and you have nobody testing it for sensitivity, diversity, different perspectives of how it would be perceived.
Right. And the advertising agency does that. They know to look for what's coming ahead. Any kind of blow ups or anything that could go bad surrounding this topic. They know to do that because they're in the business of advertising. Mm-hmm. But if you have an in-house, a company or a corporation, and they do stuff in-house, they're in-house. They just have employees sitting inside of the building, sitting around a table going, this is a good idea. They don't look out the door and look for the rain or test the weather. They're going, oh, it's sunny in here, so it must be sunny outside. Let's just make the thing. And then it blows up in their faces, and they go, well, what happened?
Exactly. And then they don't know the language. They're not keeping up with slang.
Yeah, they're not doing the due diligence. See, an advertising agency, they do that. They know, they test the weather, so to speak. They know what's going on outside of the building, and culturally, socially, demographics, finance, all of that stuff. That's why it's an agency. That's their job.
Remember the advertising agency that gave the kids phones because they wanted, and they asked the kids to check out different things and to just text them, how they felt about stuff. So that was like a focus group,
right,
for a certain demographic.
Right. Advertising agencies will always do focus group. They will always 360 it. Mm-hmm. They will always look at all angles. So that's why you pay them the money. That's why they command the money. They say, oh, well, you need to do an ad for, and they have the contracts with Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and whoever, all the big companies, because they go, hey, this is what we can do when they do the pitch. This is what we can do for you. This is the tone, and this. They go into everything. But if you, as, say, Coca-Cola, Pepsi Corporation, whatever, you have in-house advertising, you have to do that too. You're not saving money by saying, oh, well, we're just going to let the employees that work for us do it. That's not saving any money, because in the end, look what happened. You got outrage when someone else would have said, hey, don't go down that road because there's a pothole. You're going to get stuck.
And the PR can really devastate your business.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was just really interesting. It was a wrong choice, not thought out.
Yeah, I see it. Yahoo News sparks backlash with see all sides on immigration ad.
Do you see that? Do you see the ad? Do you see the image? Yeah. It's got immigrants enrich us on one side, then on the other side it is immigrants endanger us, and then they got barbed wire on the thing. I was like, who does this?
What? Okay, I'm sorry.
It's really, and then it says see all sides, get the app. Right. What app?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm looking at it.
It's their Yahoo News app, I think, is what they're trying to advertise with. I was like, really?
See that? That's it right there.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, and I think I can put it up in a
share screen.
Yeah, because it is just like, seriously, you people really did this. Let me see.
Wow.
And I was like, what? This is an image of, you did not think about this when you did it.
Mm-hmm. No, because look, immigration, the wall, those two things don't go together.
Not right now.
Not right now, because there's two sides. There's a polarity to that, to saying wall. You gotta people that would say this and see people would say that, unless that's what they're looking for.
Maybe
they're looking for the negative news spin to get the attention. Now, some organizations do that.
I'm trying to see if I can pull it in, but it was in poor taste. It wasn't thought out, and I was like, yeah, somebody should have talked to you before you put that up.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, they got that. If they were looking for attention, they got the attention.
Yeah, maybe we don't want attention like that. See, people don't understand. Sometimes the attention that you're getting, do you really want it?
Right. But that's what they're thinking. Hey,
and now
this might be. Let's try it. Now they know not to do that anymore.
And somebody might have got fired behind that.
Could be.
I'm trying to see where
I think that would be appropriate.
Okay.
Well, while you're looking, I see a headline here about the fact that 500 million may be affected by the Starwood hacks at the Marriott hotels.
Yep.
Yes, that hackers stole records from its Starwood Hotels reservation system in an attack that began. Are you ready for this? 4 years ago. So if you're tripping,
I heard it about 4 years ago.
It has already happened.
And so they got passport information, they got credit card information, they got your personal information. They had access to that unknowingly, because Marriott only found out 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. So since 2015, hackers have been looking at all that data, having a good time selling it, because selling data that's big, that's money. They've been selling it to China, whoever. I don't know if it's China. I'm just saying.
Yes, dark web.
One of the culprits, but that's what they do. They sell that information to other not nefarious.
Now this is going to be interesting if they are selling passport information, because if it includes your picture, because now they're going to allow you to do, what do they call that? At the airport?
Face recognition at Atlanta airport.
Yes, and so now you can get through the airport just by them scanning your face. I guess if you have a passport.
I'm pretty sure you have to sign up there's a program you have to sign up for with the government.
Yes. Now, I have that image if you all want to see it from the Yahoo ad, so stand by.
Okay.
I was like, really? And hopefully we can see this big enough. Oh, I know what I need to do. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make this a little bigger, so you can actually see it, because it's a trip. There we go. Now let's try the share button. Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Yahoo News. See all sides. Get the app. Really?
Get what app? The Yahoo News app or what?
Yeah, Yahoo News.
Okay, our picture was in front of it. Okay, gotcha.
So you see immigrants enrich us and immigrants endanger us, and then it has a barbed wire fence. I was like, who does this?
Wow.
Wow. And here's the deal. The barbed wire fence is on both sides. I mean, that's true.
So everybody was kind of trying to figure out what. I understand that they are trying to. the message is that they want you to see both sides of the story. Like fair and impartial, okay, this is not it. They want you to see both sides. So why would you even put immigrants endanger us and immigrants enrich us? Somebody, did they just graduate from...
They just graduate.
I don't understand, but okay, this is not the right move. This message will spark what it did.
And like Terry said, maybe that was the objective, but this
that could seriously that could be the objective to get the attention, because this got the attention. It's a negative, but it's got the attention. And you got to remember, news publications and news media outlets like Yahoo and New York Times, they're in a bind. They need subscribers. They need attention. They need people to come over to their sites and read the articles and watch the ads and see the ads, because they're in decline. So I wouldn't put it past them to do it on purpose.
Well, yeah, and then here's the other thing. So with that in mind, where do you get your news? Guess where I found that story? It wasn't on Yahoo News. It wasn't on the New York Times. It was on Twitter. I was watching something with the Sacramento Kings basketball game, and then I wanted to go find something about this lady or whatever. I was looking up something, and so I said, let me go find out what's going on, and I looked on Twitter, and then this popped up somewhere in the feed while I was going through, and I was like, normally I don't stop, but I stopped for that, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. It wasn't even on a regular news station.
Wow.
So it didn't make the mainstream news.
Oh, it probably did, but
I didn't see it. I watched the news. So
but because it is polarizing.
That's true.
That's why they probably are not going to put that on the main news. And besides the fact that there's some other stuff happening in the main news
it's like a flipping soap opera. Go ahead.
It is.
There's so much news, and because we talk about it, not seeing it on like the news on TV or whatever, because there's so much news churning over so quickly and fast that the news outlets on TV and stuff like that, they can't cover every story. So that's why we have Twitter. Twitter can cover everything because people are writing about it as it happens. So that's why I love Twitter. It's news as it happens.
Oh, now see, that's a nice tagline for Twitter.
It is.
News as it happens. That's what happens when someone is in the middle of something. There it is. And Twitter got really, really famous after the airplane that landed on the Hudson. Forgot what flight it was, and the plane landed on the Hudson, and there was a guy on. And because of the emergency situation, we have ferries. There's things on the water. So we have ferries, and the police has a ferry. They have boats and stuff. So the boats had to go out. As soon as the emergency call came out, they went to the plane. This is January, and so there was a guy on one of the ferries that they commandeered to go. It wasn't one of the police ones, and he was there, had a phone, had Twitter, and was taking pictures like there's a plane on the Hudson. That's what he said, and he sits down on Twitter, and the thing just went out from there. And that was because of Twitter. There was no news camera there. There was nothing there but a guy and his phone and Twitter. And after that, Twitter it blew up. Because it was newsworthy, news as it happened.
Okay, so I'm going to let you know that we got bumped on Facebook, just to let you know. But we're still live on YouTube, so we're going to keep it. And
we'll keep going.
Yeah. But we just got kicked off on, and I don't want to say kicked off. It's just something happened. It says this video is over. And I was like, how are we over?
Interrupted.
And it dropped. So just want to let you know.
Signal dropped. Something dropped.
But we're still rolling on YouTube.
Okay.
But I agree, Terry, the TJ, the Twitter, and I can get news a lot faster than me trying to tune into ABC, CBS, NBC, and then swim through all their stuff and can't find it.
The local news has to get a camera, get a truck and a camera crew and this and that. And first they got to know about it, so a call has to come in, and then they have to get a truck and a camera crew and a reporter, and then they got to go out to the situation. But with Twitter, you're right there. You're the reporter with the camera in the truck because you have a smartphone. Mm-hmm. See, so that's what happened with the what they call it, Miracle on the Hudson, whatever they call it. But the plane landed on the Hudson River in the middle of January, and people was like, "What the?" Because the guy was there on one of the ferries that had to go and get the people because they were standing on the wing of the plane. So something like that never happened before. There's a guy there with his phone and Twitter going, "Holy," probably said "holy" something and whatever. Because I could go and look the tweet up; it's still there. Mm-hmm. And it was him, and he took a picture because he was a guy, just a passenger riding a ferry trying to get from New Jersey to New York.
And see, this is what I'm saying. That is another reason why you need to have updated equipment in your business or whatever. You can participate in stuff. You can get messages out to your people. Doesn't necessarily need to go worldwide, but in order to get something to your people, you need to have the best equipment that you can afford. Don't cheap out.
You do.
Do not cheap out on your equipment.
Do not, because that's a good example of story. But I just worked with a client last week that she was doing something, and I was supposed to use my phone to video some things that she wanted to do. But something wires got crossed or whatever, and she got someone else to do it using their phone. So she calls me all excited. "Oh, I got the video, and I want to show you all the clips." And they did several takes, and they did this and that. So I look at her files that she sent me, and I was like, "You can't use it." They're shot in SD, and the dimensions was 144 by 340 something. And I was like, because she was like, "Oh, why is it so blurry? Can you fix it?" And I said, "No, we can't fix that."
Because that you shot it in standard definition and not high.
Yeah, they didn't shoot it and the dimensions for video is at least 720p. It was 344. 144 by 344 something. Was very small because that's one of the things that she said. "Oh, why is it so small? I need to make it bigger." So I was like, I looked at it and I was like, "Well, there's nothing you can do with this." Because it was shot in SD and shot 144 by 344, not 1280, 1080p, whatever. So the dimensions that a normal video when you shoot, and you don't have, if you have the latest phone in the last couple of years, you don't have to worry about all that stuff because you're going to get a 720 or 1080p, which is the standard you need to upload to Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. You don't have to worry about that. It's just that she was making a video to use in something else, so the person should have checked and made sure their settings was okay. But there you have it. I mean, you have to have the latest phone. You don't have to have today's phone. You don't have to have the iPhone 10 SR, whatever that's out. You can have a phone that's 2 to 3 years old. It's fine.
2 to 3. Not 10. 2
to 3, not 10, not 5. 2 to 3. And so you don't have to have today's phone. You can have a 2017 phone, 2016 phone.
And remember the flip phones? I mean, not flip phones, the flip cameras. Mm-hmm. I still have those.
They work.
Yeah, except for the fact that my telephone, my phone has better quality than that flip camera.
Yeah. So that's what I said. If you got a phone in the last 2 to 3 years, you're good. But it's just unfortunate that she chose to let someone else who I was like, I don't know what kind of phone the person had. I don't know. It was like, and she was saying, "Oh, the person was trying to make space on their phone." And I'm like, what?
"Oh no,
that's not good."
No,
like, that's a bad sign right there. So they had the thing set on the low. They had their camera set on the lower setting. So, and it has to be redone. Everything has to be, and she was so excited. And I looked at it and said, "Nope." Because she said, "Can you fix it? It's real small." And I looked at it and I was like, "You know, fixing this." First of all, it's SD, it's blurry. Dimensions. You cannot, with graphics and video, you cannot go from small to large. With graphic work, you always start large as possible. 4,000 pixels by 4,000 pixels, because you know your phone is 4K now. So shoot it in 4K. It may take up more space, but guess what? If you need to do some special editing with 4K, you can do it. You know, speed up, slow down, all kind of little tricks that you see in video today. It's because it's 4K, shot in 4K, which is just the dimensions. Pixels per square inch. Okay?
Well, we've had a lively conversation. Got bumped off of Facebook. And we will be back on Monday. We just want to say thank you for taking the time to tune in with us and sharing this Friday with us. It's getting close. Hopefully you've got some things out of this, especially the conversation with Terry. What are you doing?
I am drinking my...
Terry, what are you doing?
Yes, because it got loud all of a sudden. But anywho, we had a really good time today, lively discussions, and to recap, really take a look at your equipment, get the best that you can get. And one of the things we talked about also was in Messenger. Please don't, with your Messenger and you're sending something out on a group, don't send them out to everybody at once. Be very selective on who you're sending stuff to, because you don't want to alienate people.
Yes, you don't want to alienate people, especially if they've already joined in with you as far as following you, consuming your content, responding to you, engaging with you. That's gold. I mean, people, and we talked about that this week about people concentrating on vanity metrics and the numbers, but if those people aren't engaged, if you got 10,000 followers and you get 100 people engaging with you, that 10,000 followers don't mean anything. But if you got, say, 500 followers and you can get 400 to engage with you constantly on a regular basis, whenever you share information, that's gold, because those people are engaging with you. Whereas in the other thing with the 10K and nobody responding, there's nothing there. You're just throwing stuff in the air in the wind and nobody's responding. So think about that.
Right. So I want to say shout out to Alfredo and everybody else who was on with us on Facebook earlier. Tim Gillette, Christy Iwuchukwu, not sure.
Penelope
Larry, and
Terrell Knox.
And Terrell. So all of you people, thank you for tuning in today on this Tech Divas Weekly. Alfredo, how's your project going? Just checking in. Send us a message on Messenger. Just see how we want to know how things are going for you. Okay. So that's all it. Anybody else got something you want to add? This has been I
want to remind everybody about First Mondays, and not to forget us to come by and hang out and let's talk about your business.
Okay. So First Monday at Seasons 52. We will be back on Monday. We have Nora. Nora will be with us.
Oh.
Yeah, she'll be on the show with us on Monday, and so we're looking forward to having a conversation with her. And then
there's one thing I forgot to mention. YouTube has testing out a story feature, but it's only for people who have 10K subscribers and up.
Okay, well, how good? Gee.
But that's what YouTube does. YouTube has the cutoff for everything participatory is 10K subscribers. With the making the money with the AdSense and everything, you got to have a certain amount of subscribers.
And it kind of makes sense because, why are you going to play with the people who are not bringing in any revenue?
Right. So their stories last 7 days instead of 24 hours. So they have a 7-day. So it's basically like they can create a little small video that they pin to their channel and you see it on mobile and you can click on it and I guess it's going to be something different from whatever else is on their channel. Like it could be, I don't know, something that's going on for the week, or they want to say something special to their subscribers or whatever.
So it's got a date. It's got a date or expiration date on it.
Right. Well, all the stories do that. So, most of the time it's 24 hours. In this case, they're testing out 7 days. And the consensus I've heard so far is that people don't like it because it's, you're chasing. What the YouTubers are saying that they're chasing Instagram and don't chase Instagram and all that social media stuff. So that's what they think about it.
Okay, well, we need to talk about that the next time we come on. And let's talk a little bit more about stories next week, too, and how we can use stories effectively. Because a lot of people, they don't get it. They don't understand stories. We're like, why do I need to do this? And I see people check out so-and-so's story, and I'm like, why? It's not engaging to me.
Right. It has to be engaging. And you don't have to check out stories. It's there. It's just a separate. Instagram has divided itself into sections. So if you're comfortable with going to Instagram and looking at, just scrolling through the feed, you can ignore stories. But if you're following people that provide value to you and you engage with them, you may want to check out their stories because they may have something engaging and they should. Like you said, if it's someone who doesn't have anything that's exciting or is boring, then you're not going to check it out. So.
Right.
It's your choice.
Well, it's been a lovely afternoon. Well, morning, afternoon now for those on the East Coast.
Yeah, afternoon for me.
Yes. So, all right, we will come back on Monday. Thank you all for tuning in. And Terry, anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just look forward to seeing you guys if you're in the Sacramento area over there at Season 52. And I want to remind you, don't forget to go to the front of your own mind.
All right. Smiles, everyone.
Bye.